Welcome to the 13th episode of Conscious Awakening. Today we have Miss Chelsey Delano, and she's an astrologer, crystal expert, and herbalist, along with many other things. But we first met at Enchanted Forest, and we just got along really well, and now we're here in the Calico Basin.
Yeah.
And this is the part in Calico Basin where you go all the way where the road ends, and then you turn left into a dirt lot, and then you find this, which is pretty amazing. She chose the spot. This is a grandmother tree, if you're watching the video. All right, so I really wanted to talk about, I wanted to talk about a lot of things, but I know you wanted to talk about astrology specifically, and you just taught an Astrology 101 class, actually, at Enchanted Forest. And what's one thing that you wanted to go firsthand, or you wanted to teach first thing in your class? I know it was a long class. You said it was 9 to 6, right? Yeah, it's freaking 9 hours. I think that's 9. Long. I can do math.
Something like that.
Something like that. But yeah, it's what's one thing that's just something that you really wanted to just start off the bat in your class?
It actually, it's so funny. Astrology came to me at a very young age, but it was presented to me actually by a psychic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. She kind of gave me the confirmation to go down that path. So I think I just took it and ran with it, and I'm that kind of person that goes all in or doesn't do it at all, hence the 9-hour class.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. It actually was a lot better than I expected. And I was just very grateful for the people who were there, because it was such an amazing group, and they were all engaged, and they really wanted to learn about it. And basically what I taught were just the basics. So the zodiac signs, the just about the different planets and how to read a full-on natal chart. So it was really good, and I was how it came to me is it was just a download.
Yeah.
So I just saw it all basically planned out. And it's kind of like an artist, they see the picture before it's even painted.
Yeah.
And that's how it was for me when I did my astrology.
Cool.
So yeah, I saw it all planned out, and it just turned out so beautifully. And now it's just one of my passions. And it's funny, passion, I was always stressed out about
you're
passion.
what is my passion?
Yeah. And so many people struggle with that, and the moment I looked away is the moment it presented itself. And
that's always how it is.
Yeah, it is. And with spirituality, there's so many doors, so you can try so many different things until one just clicks.
Yeah.
And I just love that about being in this metaphysical field. So I've tried so many different things, hence the crystals and the herbs and astrology.
No, because it's funny, when I first met you and I was like, oh, I'd love to do a podcast with you. This was probably 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But I knew, you had not started that going full on in the astrology path yet. So it's funny that just how it all works out, and now we're here. Astrology, that's it. You're doing it, it's your passion, and so now we're here. Now we're talking about it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's my passion right now, but you never know what the future holds. I might expand into something else, and I think astrology is definitely a form of psychic development. So it really changed my life, and it really opened my intuition, and it made me more empathic and relatable to people.
Yeah.
So, you could tell everything from someone's astrology chart.
I can hear the dog breathing in the mic.
He's so cute. I love dogs.
Me too. So my brain just oh, hear this,
puppy.
Oh, puppy, squirrel. Okay, so going back, you were talking about zodiac, and I mean, almost everyone knows what zodiac signs are. What's one thing that is different that usually people know about zodiacs? Does that make that's really vague, sorry.
No, I get what you're saying though. So when you look at someone's natal chart, it's taking a picture of exactly where the planets and constellations were at the exact moment you were born. So it's reading a picture. And most people only know their sun sign, which is okay, I'm a Gemini, or I'm a Taurus, or whatever.
Between these dates, this is me. And that's what a sun sign is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when they talk about sun sign, you're talking about ego mostly, and just your basic identity, and just the initial impression you make upon people. But as we all know, there's so much more to us than that.
Oh, yeah.
There's our emotions, how we respond. It's our spiritual belief. It's how we handle like hard situations, our psychic abilities, our all of that. And so I basically kind of break it down easy enough where you can comprehend it in less than a day.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I still don't fully understand the whole natal chart. Like when I still see it, I kind of get intimidated by it, and I'm like, I don't know what all these lines and sections mean. So yeah, what's the breakdown of like reading a natal chart? Is that something that you can just say verbally, or do you need an actual like diagram to?
No, I can kind of explain it. I basically start out the class like, okay, by the end of the day, you're going to read this scary chart. And so, the basic thing is you have to know how to read the symbols, and each symbol is attached to a different zodiac or planet or moon node, and again, that's going down a different path. I could talk about that all day. And once you know the different symbols and you understand the planets and zodiacs as individuals, not acting together, when you put them together, it's like telling a story.
Gotcha.
So a natal chart is basically like reading a story.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so everybody has one of everything, but none are exactly the same. So that's what makes you unique.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because when I first learned about zodiac signs, I'm like, of course, like, oh yeah, I'm a Libra, yay, that's me, very balanced and all that stuff. But then when I started diving into rising and moon signs and just learning more about natal chart, I still don't really know my natal chart. So that's like something I haven't really researched much. But so what's the difference between a rising sign and a moon sign?
Oh, okay. So your rising sign, well, let's start with our sun sign. So our sun sign is like the mask we put on every day in order to show the world our face. And think of your rising sign is like the glasses you put on. So it's the way you see and the way you judge other people, or or like their initial response. So, and even it could be to a point like you kind of show that off to other people. So it really goes down to your initial impression. It's like the easiest way to say it. Whereas your moon sign is connected to emotion and response. So it all has a lot to do with the subconscious mind and how your subconscious mind works and takes in information and breaks it down. And then that's when we'll go into like Mercury as like your conscious mind. So it's basically transferring the data from your subconscious to your subconscious, so that way you can verbally explain it.
Oh, wow.
That's
a lot already.
I know.
I'm just like trying to take it all in.
There's so much to it. There's the elements, like you're talking about like, earth, wind, fire, air. And then you're talking about masculine and feminine. It's like, again, you put it all together and it's a story. It's like painting a picture.
Yeah.
So.
And I know other than the sun, rising, moon, there's also stuff like Mercury in this sign and like Venus in this sign. I'm like basically asking for a full class from you right now. Sorry. Because so when I actually watch recently I've watched a lot of tarot readings on YouTube, and then they say, like, some readers, they're like, oh yeah, this is Libras that have sun, rising, moon, and Venus. Like, do you know why it's Venus and like not Mercury or anything else?
As far as like what tarot cards?
Why is it only those positions? Well, not are they called positions? Like sun, rising, moon. Is that position?
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's the easiest way to say it.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
It's
I don't know the terminology.
No, you're doing so good.
But yeah, like why? I don't know. Maybe it's just for that reader. But
yeah,
maybe is it Venus because it's like more towards love that they're reading, assuming? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it depends. So astrology and tarot are actually best friends.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you look at like the original Rider-Waite deck, a lot of the symbols or like pictures or little things that are in there are actually astrology symbols where they symbolize a different zodiac.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
oh,
so
wow.
I think it's the High Priestess. She has the Venus symbol like right next to her, which is all about love. So if that comes up, you can kind of correlate that with love. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So if you know astrology or you get the basics of it, reading tarot is so much easier. So
yeah. Oh, that's a whole other podcast I still want to do. Like about. I mean, I touched upon tarot with Pamela in my 5th episode, but we didn't really get too much into the whole astrology and how they work together. But yeah, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
But I don't really know the signs. I just I've seen them before because of emojis, you know, and because of Sailor Moon, because of all the planets. But I still never really knew which symbol was which. So I know you were talking about how you started learning about it more like when you were a child. How exactly was your experience of like how did the psychic tell you like, oh, this is what you're meant to do when you were little?
It just like came up. It was so weird.
Oh, like were you just doing a reading or something?
Yeah, I was just doing a reading, and she that's what's so amazing about psychic mediums is it really depends on psychic mediums because each of them are different and they each have their own skill set. So one of them is more connected to like twin flame energy, or one of them's more of a medium to connect with the other side. So it really depends on who you're looking for. And the one I went to, she was more connected to love, and it could be love in anything. So it was like love of career, love of someone. So she was like, you have like this deep love of astrology. Have you ever thought of, pursuing that? I was like, oh, it was just like a light bulb went off, or like a switch. So I kind of just read up on it a little bit, and then I just fully indulged myself in it.
Yay.
Yeah.
And now you're teaching classes.
I know I'm teaching. It's so much fun.
Wait, don't you have another class coming up? I just reshared it.
Yeah, I'm doing a astrological crystal class, so the astrological connection to crystals, and also an astrological tarot class.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
they're all at Enchanted. Yay! Yeah. So if you want to learn even more about astrology, I feel like I'm ending this already, but I'm like, if you want to know more about astrology with Chelsey, just check out her classes at Enchanted Forest.
I'll be there. I pretty much live there now.
Yeah. No, every time I'm there, you're there, which is great because then I get to chat with you for a little bit, and then now this is like our first time outside of Enchanted Forest, even though we've been trying to hang out.
I know.
Just doesn't work out. But now, it's for the 3rd time. Here
Creatives, we're all over the place.
Yeah. And I love, I totally forgot to mention your company, Astrological Alchemist.
Yeah.
You were just telling me you got your business card, so I'm like, yay! So what do you want to do with that? Just mainly teach more astrology?
Yeah, I want to actually incorporate crystals, Western medicine, so herbalism and astrology together.
Just all together, because that's your main 3.
Yeah, those are my 3.
Yay! And I love her logo. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
At the end, we'll tell you where to find you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I blanked out.
It's okay.
So what is one thing that you learned, like through your learning so far about astrology, that really hit you and it was just like, oh wow, everything just like that just really makes sense of why we're here now type of stuff? My questions are just like so non-linear.
It's okay. We're on the same page though.
I wonder if anyone listens to this like, what is this girl asking? She is not making any sense at all.
I'm worried I'm not really making sense.
No, you're making so much sense.
It's so much information. I'm like, are you guys getting this?
You're downloading it.
Yeah, it's coming through.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll need it.
Wait. Did you have an answer for that? Because now I have another question.
Honestly, I forgot what you asked.
It's okay.
Me.
So for everyone out there who doesn't know what a download is, what is a download?
How do you describe a download? A download is like when information just magically pops into your head and you're just like, oh my gosh, this makes sense. It's like the puzzle pieces coming together.
It's kind of really
like
similar to an epiphany. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
and then you just know. Yeah. You just know.
You have a sense of knowing.
Yeah, a sense of knowing. And everyone has that. And I just learned what claircognizance was. So that was awesome. I definitely still have to look into that more.
You should look into all of the clairs because I think we all have that ability to connect with different forms of psychic development. But maybe some people's connection is a little bit stronger.
Wait, I actually don't. We touched upon clairvoyance and see, I don't even know all of them. So we talked about claircognizance, me and my other friend in the last episode, but we never really touched on like what a clairvoyance is or what the other clairs are.
Clairaudience.
Clairaudience. Oh, that's hearing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know like all the clairs to describe them?
I really haven't worked with them. That's probably going to be another part of my journey is going more down a psychic development path as far as connecting with those. But it's kind of like when, I know with like clairaudience, it's like when you hear things and it's not necessarily there, it's just kind of like this voice like telling you, something. So a lot of the psychics at our store, they'll hear stuff and then it's like that, it's their way of getting information to relay to someone else. Yeah, or people will like see things, like even with their eyes open. It's almost like a trip. Yeah, they like present themselves in that way. I don't know. It's like super weird, but it's awesome.
Can't wait to do that one day.
Yeah, and I think it happens to me a lot. For me, it's like more comes in my dreams, but I have been like, my clairaudience has been just on fire lately.
Really?
Yeah, it's that ringing. And it's like you have to tell it to go away.
I've noticed that sometimes, like when I'm laying in bed and all of a sudden, like something shifts in my ear, and and then I'm like, oh, is this something? Like I try to listen, but there's nothing that pops up, and I don't know if I'm just making it up, but I can feel a shift happening, and there's like a ring. I don't know. That's something I need to look into or like focus more on.
One experience where that like shift happened to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to meditate on this. Like I have the opportunity, so I meditated on it, and it came fully through.
Oh, it did?
And it actually was my best friend's grandmother who was passing away, and literally 3 days later, she passed away.
Oh wow!
How weird is that?
Oh wow! Did you tell your best friend?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
They actually flew to Mexico to comfort her and just like see her one last time. But by that time she was already like her spirit was already leaving her body, and you could feel it.
Wow,
yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, pretty wild.
But that's wild that like she came to you and then you were like kind of relaying it to your best friend.
Yeah, I think spirits cling on to people who are open to that, so it's easier for them to pass messages through.
Oh, that
but
makes
it's not
sense.
Always like, that's where protection comes in hand.
Yeah.
And you have to like shield up because you don't want that all the time, because sometimes it can, make you go a little crazy.
But like, how can you? Okay, so here's the crystal questions coming in. How do you protect yourself?
Crystals is just one of the many tools to do protection, and a lot of it I feel is intention work and like willpower. And I think that whatever is going on in here is a reflection of what's going on out there, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So when you have your inner world and outer world balanced, and crystals do help you with that, any black crystal like shungite, obsidian, tourmaline, apache tears, stuff like that, and each of them are for more specific things. But when you start to, just balance yourself overall, that natural form of protection, I believe, comes in. You can even use that white light of protection and use visualization to help you with that.
Because when I first started getting into crystals, every crystal that I was really attracted to was black. And I remember I went, I was at Trading Post. Do you know Trading Post at Summerlin? So I was there actually shooting a video for one of my clients.
Oh, very cool.
And the owner was actually really nice and was asking, is it Aaron? That's his name? It's been a while. Shout out to Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron. But I remember he was going around asking, what their favorite colors was, and he was nice enough to give a crystal of that color. And then when he came to me, I was the last one, I was like, black. He kind of like was like, what? and I knew that it was about protection, but yeah, he asked me, he's like, oh, are you shielding yourself from something or something? Or like, are you closed off or something? And now I'm like, maybe I was closing myself off to all of this, like to all this spiritual stuff. And I don't know, it's just funny because nowadays I'm not attracted to black. I mean, I still am attracted to black crystals, but more like towards blue because that's for my throat chakra. And
I love the throat chakra. That's my favorite chakra.
Yeah, and we're always, I think a lot of people have to work on their throat chakra.
Yeah, it's a never-ending journey on that one.
It is. Honestly, for just balance in general. But
yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, so other than like black meaning protection, maybe what's like a rundown of all the other crystal colors and what they mean?
That's a good question. So black stones are not necessarily used for just protection. They're actually used for extraction work, especially tourmaline and apache tears, because apache tears helps with mourning and grieving, and black tourmaline helps rid things that maybe aren't in your highest and best interest. And that goes with a lot of the clearing crystals, which are more they're not even crystals, they're like salt. So like selenite, Himalayan salt, red red selenite.
Wait,
things
I didn't know
like
selenite was a salt.
Yeah.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm going back to buy that red selenite tomorrow. By the
Oh
way.
my gosh, it's
It
so
didn't.
beautiful.
It didn't sell out, did it? Okay. Good.
No, it's still there. I'm gonna buy one too. It's okay.
Sorry, so continue. Salt.
Oh no, it's fine. And then I like to start with the lower chakras and then work my way up, because in Kundalini they teach you that the lower chakras are more of instinct, and then when you move up to like the solar plexus, it's intellect, and then from there it's intuition. So it's working instinct, intellect, intuition. So it creates like the rise of the Kundalini energy. So you have to work on the root chakra because that's your foundation, and if you don't have a sturdy foundation, then you can't essentially grow.
Yeah.
So the root chakra is going to be red, so it's, you know, more of the red crystals like your jaspers and mookaite and carnelian, things like that. But carnelian can even go with sacral, which is all has to do with your reproductive system, and us as women, we hold a lot of our emotion there.
Yeah.
So especially like trauma from the past too. So sacrals are a really tough chakra to work through, but once it's cleared, you just feel lighter.
And then sacral is also creativity, right? Or is that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the solar plexus too, because solar plexus is all about willpower and that inner fire and motivation and, you know, getting started on stuff.
Yeah.
And it's also creating like a sense of self.
Yeah.
Like stepping into your power. And then you go from the heart chakra, which is all about love.
Yeah.
But all forms of love.
Yeah.
And then the throat chakra, the reason why it's my favorite is because it's I believe the throat chakra is the bridge between two worlds. So our soul and then our human body. So when our throat chakra is like compromised or is blocked, it creates an imbalance in, you know, our world. So self-expression starts to become a huge thing there. So if you don't express yourself, that throat chakra can become blocked, and even like not speaking enough or speaking too much can even, you know,
off balance it, offset it.
Pretty much. And then you'll work to your third eye, which is intuition. And then your crown, which is cosmic energy, which is higher self.
And then what are the colors that are associated with each of those?
Sorry,
No, it's okay.
over that.
Actually, I've never actually asked the whole chakra system. I keep talking about it, but I've never really asked somebody. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. So it goes from red, which is the root. The sacral is going to be like an orange. The solar is going to be yellow. The heart's going to be green. The throat's going to be like a light blue. Intuition's going to be like an indigo. And the crown is going to be purple. And the cool thing, the reason why they have those different...
It's okay.
I'm talking about the chakras and I went to my throat.
I know, I saw it.
Like, speak your truth. So, if you actually eat foods of that color, it'll work on that part of the body.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and even herbs too. That's how I learned my herbs pretty quickly. Is at Herbally Grounded, if you look at the bottles, on the back of it, they have the chakra color on it because it works on that part of the body.
I gotta check that out at Herbally Grounded.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Shout out to Herbally Grounded. I love that place.
Oh my gosh, it's so amazing.
Yeah, if you haven't gone or heard of it before, it's a place where just like there's like a wall of loose leaf teas, and it's like self-serve loose leaf teas, and then everything is just, they're like natural products, and they even create what are their tinctures that they create?
Yeah, they're tinctures.
They're called tinctures. Just they're just natural tinctures that for things like hormone imbalance and I don't. You should be talking about it. You work there, so
it's anything and everything.
Yeah.
And the reason why I started working there actually was because I was really sick at like 18. I was having kidney issues, and you know, the Western medicine and antibiotics weren't working, and it was actually making me even more sick. So I completely got off of that. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out something else.
Yeah.
I need a different solution because I feel like I'm going crazy. And so when I found, you know, holistic medicine, oh my gosh, within 3 months, it completely changed my life. And I haven't had an issue since.
Oh, yay.
Isn't that pretty awesome?
Yeah, that's awesome. Man, at 18 though?
Yeah.
What was I doing when I was 18?
God, it feels like so long ago.
Wait, did you grow up here? Born and raised, or?
I was born here, but I grew up in Missouri.
Oh,
snow and tornadoes.
And then you came back.
Yeah, I was like, no.
And you're like, Yeah, I'm not about that.
Forget that.
But, I mean, the snow that we had was great for just, like, a short amount of time.
It brought out the inner child in me.
Yeah, I saw your photos. They were so cute.
Playing in the snow.
Playing in the snow, as with almost everyone here.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people here were like, oh, no, I'm tired of the snow. I came to Vegas for warm weather.
I know.
It's just really funny. I just saw the opposite sides of it.
Yeah.
So going back to the colors, I know also for the heart chakra, it's kind of like weird for me because my friend Jordan actually the other day was like, oh, what are the crystals for the heart? And I'm like, I immediately go to rose quartz, but then I was like, wait, rose quartz isn't green.
Yeah.
So there are some, oh my gosh, what's that word? Exceptions to the colors and like what they associate with it for your chakras. And there's just a lot. I remember when I started working with crystals, I was like, I don't know what that is. But now but at least the basic ones, I'm like, oh, that's a blah blah blah, that's a blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And my friends are like, whoa, you know a lot. And I'm like, no, I don't. There's a lot more out there that I don't know.
It's so
because there's so many. Yeah. Did you get to go to the gem show, by the way?
No,
I've always wanted to go.
Me too. I was just staring at the pictures, but we did get a bunch of stuff in, so I'm like,
I'm excited
on everything.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, just for you to unbox everything.
Yeah.
My foot's asleep.
We got some really gorgeous pieces.
Yeah. I'm like, my foot, I really can't feel my foot right now. Like, it's actually.
You gotta stretch that out.
Yeah, I gotta stretch it out.
There we go.
We actually meditated for a little bit before this podcast because I forgot to hit record on the audio. But it's okay, we only talked for 2 minutes and then I was like, wait a second, something feels
scattered.
off. Yeah, when I first started this, I was always so nervous about the whole audio and video situation, but now like if something tells me wait, something's off, then I just check it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
thanks intuition. Thanks for warning me.
Yeah.
So what is, oh my gosh, sorry, my left foot is like
it's okay, we'll like stretch it out, get up.
Oh my gosh, those are Costco socks. I have the Costco socks too.
I was in a rush today and I put on 2 different socks.
We're totally not talking about astrology anymore. So what's the other thing? Do you know like the basics of like each sign by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to talk about the basics?
Oh God, I don't want to like criticize anyone.
No. Okay,
don't take offense.
So the thing about zodiacs is that what I've learned so far is that to not really take it, not to heart, but just not really be categorized by it.
Yeah.
Because like you were saying, it's like the sun is your basic identity. So it's like the not really the surface, but there's always more to you.
Yeah.
And I can hear everything. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so like not really do like a you're not gonna criticize anyway. But it's just like the basics of each, just for little funsies.
Yeah, of course. I'll tell you guys about your ego.
So yeah, what's the first one?
So in astrology, we actually start with Aries, which is like March, April. And I don't like going off of the dates. Like usually the cutoff's like the 21st-ish of every month. But that's not necessarily true because it has a lot to do with where you were born. Because one constellation would have been on this side of the earth and then the other, scattered around. So if someone was born here on like the 21st of May, let's say, they could be a Taurus. But someone on the other side of the world was born on the 21st of May at the exact same time, they could be a Gemini. So it really depends.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. The whole time zones thing is just really trippy.
Just messes everying up. Yeah. So I don't really like going based off of it, but so I say like the end of March, through most of April is going to be Aries, and that they're like the newbies of the world because if you're a follower of like metaphysical thought, they believe a lot of people believe, is that in each lifetime, when you reincarnate, you go to the next zodiac. And you go through all 12. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I didn't know that.
So when you come into the world as an Aries, you've either already been through the cycle, multiple times, or you could be like a new baby into the world. So there's two different types of Aries. You have one who's just like more sophisticated and older, and then you have the ones that are like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like,
Apollo's the sophisticated older.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably reincarnated so many times through all of the zodiac signs. And so Aries, they carry the element of fire, so they're very feisty. And what I love about Aries is that they are 100% authentic, and they're 100% completely themselves, and you can't get mad at them for it, even if they say something.
Like they were already born like that, and they're like,
yeah, and they're like, this is who I am.
Like,
So,
sorry, not sorry.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's like a perfect, sign for the ram. So they kind of like take things head on. Yeah, so that's like a little bit about Aries. And then moving on to Taurus. Taurus are very loving, but they can be very materialistic because they're focused more on the beauty of objects, but they're very grounded, and they're very like, this is like my territory, and this is how my home's gonna work. So that makes them like a fixed sign, so they're very like steadfast, and their sign is the bull, so like they are like, such graceful, beautiful beasts, but once they see red, it's like, that's it.
You're like, whoop, bye.
Yeah. And the next would be Geminis, which is what I am. And Geminis are probably the most misunderstood signs, and most people think they're like bipolar because they're known as the twins. So it's like two souls morphed into one body. So with Geminis, they're very scattered, they're very all over the place, they could be very social. But they're great at communicating what they feel and what they think. So that makes them a very nice like air sign. So they're very like free flowing, which is called mutable. So they're very like, I'm gonna go over here and then I'm gonna go over there.
The best friends of a Gemini.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Geminis. Gotta represent. And then the next would be Cancers, and Cancers. There's two types of Cancers because they're crabs. There's the one that will like snip your arm off, and then there's the one that's like so shelled into like their home. So they're either like, super moody or super sensitive and emotional. So that makes them a perfect water sign. So they're very like
they just flow.
Yeah. Very family oriented, very loving, very caring. And when you hug a Cancer, well, most of them, you feel like home. Because they're...
I don't really know any... I mean, I probably do know Cancers, but...
Yeah. So that's like a Cancer. And then next would be Leo. And Leo is like, my favorite thing to talk about the Leo is like the lazy lion story. And so a lion will like hunt.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Feed its family and whatnot, and it's full, and it's sitting under a tree just hanging out.
Yeah.
And then like a hyena will come up and eat some of its food, and the lion's like, yeah, whatever, And then a vulture will come up and like eat its food, and then the next animal that comes up, it just like snaps out of nowhere and just like kills everything in the valley, and you're like,
wow.
what the heck?
like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
so that was your plan.
Yeah, there's like no motive behind it, and that's how Leo operates basically. So they're very fiery again. We go through like all the elements, so earth, water,
so it's
fire,
every
and
cycle
air.
4.
Yeah, every
of 4.
four.
I mean.
Every 4. And then next would be Virgo. And Virgos are earth sign. They could be very stubborn, but they're very analytical. And if balanced, properly in their life, they're very, very organized. Very like, A, B, and C.
That's my rising and moon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm a cusp. Like I'm a Libra Virgo cusp. So
oh my gosh, you have so much earth energy.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Is it... So I'll ask that later. But keep on going.
Oh, okay. I'll go through them pretty fast. And then what would be next? Gosh, it's...
Libra.
Oh, yeah, that's you. You're a Libra. Oh my gosh. I love Libras. Libras, honestly, they're known to be the most perfect out of all the signs, or they think they're perfect, which to an extent can be true because they create such harmony and balance, and their dominant planet is Venus, so they're very loving too. So Libras are just like, have a Libra in your life. So they're very, very just
be my friend.
Yeah, be Rosemary's friend. So, and they're also an air sign too, like Geminis. So they're very upfront about what they want, and they're gonna get it. no matter what.
That's why I fought with my family all the time.
It's the cardinal in you.
Yeah.
It's very aggressive,
Yeah.
but it's okay. So that's a Libra. Love them. And then Scorpio. Oh my
I have a lot of Scorpio friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're feisty.
I actually dated a lot of Scorpios. Fun fact. They're still my friends.
Yeah. Well, they're water signs. They're very much the Scorpion, but the other sign in esoteric astrology, which is a whole nother talk, they're known as the Phoenix. So if you know what a Phoenix is, it's the bird that threw itself in fire and rise from the ashes. So Scorpios represent the lower ends of life, and they also represent the higher ends of life. There's like black and white with Scorpios. Very much water signs, extremely stubborn. Very stubborn. But yeah, they're pretty much, that's the best way to describe them. And then after Scorpio, we go into Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius? Yeah. And I love Sagittarius because they're very family oriented, very fiery, but they can be extremely blunt, and they'll tell you what's up, but they're just very fun energy to be around. So if you want to go out and have a night on the town, like invite a Sag.
Go out with a Sag.
Go hang out with a Sag, I swear. They're just like this ball of fun fire. It's like they so resonate with like the solar plexus energy, just that willpower, creative.
Like making you feel good about yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're a great friend, but don't go to them for advice because they will tell you what's up.
No,
if you want
just tell
someone
us straight up.
soft, if you
Yeah.
want someone soft, go with like a Libra.
Yeah.
And then next would be Capricorn. Capricorns are another stubborn sign. But Capricorns are just like Leos, they're natural born leaders. So they are the most likely to have a career in what they love. And they're very money oriented, and they have the potential to be extremely successful because their vision is like so narrow.
It's very narrow, yeah, like laser focused.
Very grounded and like, okay, this is my tunnel vision for the rest of my life. So that's a Capricorn. And next would be Aquarius. Aquarius, I love Aquarius because I don't know, all Aquarius I meet, they just have this natural, direct connection to spirit. So, Renee, she's an Aquarius. Yeah, I love her. She just has like this natural download. And as we get to the, and they're also an air sign, even though their zodiac symbol is the water bearer. It's actually the waves. It represents energy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so technology, frequencies, vibrations, that's what Aquarius represents. And then as we reach the end of our cycle, Pisces and Aquarius, you'll see a lot of them that they're ready to like be spiritually enlightened because they're coming to the end of their
cycle.
lives.
Yeah.
So Pisces are very very free-flowing, very just go with the flow. They represent the fish, one swimming upstream and one swimming down. Oh, really yeah, we have a gummy bears.
We have gummy bears. That was really loud.
No, it's okay.
No, keep going.
So yeah, that's the zodiacs.
Yay.
Fun stuff.
Okay, so before I forget my question, so I'm a cusp, and
I'm stealing one.
So I'm the end of Virgo and beginning of Libra. So does that, when you said I had a lot of earth energy, is it because, I mean, other than the fact, like, forget about the rising of the moon, forget that fact, but, like, for the sun, do you have more energy being towards the end? Like, so do I have more Virgo energy, or do I have more Libra energy because it's the beginning of Libra? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever your sun sign is, that's what you are. Like, so
So
you're a Libra.
So I am Libra.
Yeah, so you're straight up Libra, air sign, balanced, love, harmony, peace, get what I want type attitude. I love it. But you do have that energy because if you look at the constellations, it was so close. So there's these things on natal charts called degrees, and your degree to Virgo is very, very close. So you might be getting a lot of the energy from Virgo. That's basically what a cusp means. So at times you may feel like this euphoric feeling of like earth energy and just having to be organized and being
I get
structured.
That. Oh my gosh, I get that all the time.
Yeah. So that could definitely be why you feel that.
Okay.
But overall, you're a Libra.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Just that clarification. Also, my other question, so what is esoteric astrology? Because I've never heard of that before.
So there's different forms of astrology, and the easiest one to learn is going to be tropical, which is what I teach. So it mostly focuses on just like equal parts of the different constellations, whereas esoteric astrology works with the constellation directly. So some constellations are bigger than others. So when you look at a chart, it's going to look a little funkier. And esoteric astrology mostly focuses on the soul's purpose, where this is just an opinion, by the way, where, most of the astrology techniques like tropical that I've worked with mostly focus on like the physical experience.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Are there any other types of astrology other than those two?
Yeah, there's so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, there's like sidereal.
What?
It's like more Egyptian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that kind of astrology. There's esoteric. There's just so many different types. But tropical is the easiest. If you ever want to learn, stick with tropical and then just expand.
Is that like what most people have essentially learned about tropical?
Yep.
Wow, I never knew it was called tropical.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, or Western astrology.
Yeah,
pretty much. You've heard of it. You know.
Have you ever heard of the app CoStar? Or did I tell you about it?
Yeah.
Did you? Oh wait, no, because I told you about it and you sign on, right?
Yeah, I have it on there.
Oh, just
I
kidding.
got everybody at my work like hooked.
So have you gone through it already? Do you feel like it's pretty accurate?
Yeah, I love it. It's just the thing with working with like astrology apps or looking at your natal chart online, it's so vague. So if you want like a deeper reading and you want like, when you go to a psychic, you have like specific questions, you can actually look at your natal chart and find those questions.
Okay, because I actually am getting my natal chart done. Because my friend Brandon said his really good friend has been doing it for like 40 years, and
that's awesome.
He was like, "Send me your birth date and your time," and so yeah, I think I'm getting one soon. I'm not sure.
That
was like 2 months ago. So when I do read a natal chart, it's gonna be pretty vague, or is it?
If you go online and read it, because it's kind of doing it for the general public.
No, but like when I get a natal chart, like specific to me.
No, it's
gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty like
Yeah, he's just gonna basically write down what he picks up. So a lot of astrology is intuitive work too. But it's pretty like there, like in your face. Whereas like tarot and psychic medium, it's more like, okay, we have to reach out to higher source to come in. Where astrology is like here, like we see it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So that's
I gotcha.
the difference.
So yeah, because my friend also, the one who's Brandon, the one who I did the CBD episode with, he was like, yeah, let me know when you're ready for a phone call, because I also want to be in the phone call when he tells you about your natal chart.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I'll let you know how that goes.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've never gotten one done before.
Yeah, you should find out if he's like an intuitive astrologer. So that's the point where I'm trying to be at, where I, have a good grasp on like my psychic development. So that way I can mix psychic development with astrology.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. Like, I
I'm
love your
excited
logo.
for you.
I love your content. I love what you're doing. So
Same.
I'm very excited for you.
Thank you. I
don't know. I'm just very excited for my friends. Everyone that's been on my podcast so far, I've just been very excited for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I was going with that. I'm just very excited. I don't know.
What's so funny? People of our generation, because you know how like every generation has like their thing. So if you actually look at an astrology chart, the outer three planets, so Uranus, which is what astrologers call it, and Neptune and Pluto.
Yeah.
If you look at like, I think it's Neptune or Pluto. I think it's Neptune. All of the placements of Neptune are going to be the same on everyone's chart, just maybe off by a degree or two. So if you look at the generation as a whole of like the 90s, it actually shows that this is the generation of the entrepreneur.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and count how many times I say that makes sense in this podcast, because I feel like I've said it 10 times already. The other question I had, what is the deal with this whole 13th astrology, or like 13th zodiac sign that I heard about before? Do you know that?
No. I think I heard about it back in the day when they were trying to change the zodiacs or whatever. I don't know how you change the universe like that, but
I don't know if you knew anything about it.
No, I don't.
But I mean, I didn't really look into it, but that was just like a little bit that I remember from 5 years ago or something like that.
Oh my god, I'm gonna look into that. But I know they were trying to like change everyone's like sign. But if you do look at like other natal charts, your sign, you might be a Virgo. In other charts.
I mean,
so it really depends.
I mean, I'm already accepted the fact that there's pretty heavy Virgo in me. So
yeah.
So it all makes sense that like I love going out to nature and like decompressing. I should be doing it more often, or I feel like I should be doing it more often, just to kind of rebalance myself. And I love flying. So.
Really?
Yeah, I love flying. Like I love whenever I'm in the airplane, I like look down into this like the world or in the sky. It's just, I just feel so at home.
It's the air element.
Yeah.
You feel free.
I still haven't gone skydiving though. That's like one thing I really want to do.
I would love to.
Because I've done the not really called fake skydiving, but when you're in a really big tunnel and they're just blowing up air. So I've done that, and that was pretty invigorating. And it was funny because my coworkers were like, "Man, you're like a natural at that." And I'm like, "It's because I'm an air sign. I'm
just flown through time and space."
Through it. Yeah. 47 minutes already.
Wow.
Yes.
That's pretty wild.
Do you have anything else that you really want to say about astrology that not a lot of people know?
I could talk about astrology all day long. Come to my class. You'll learn a lot.
Just go to her class. But yeah, just the big thing too that I learned from Paris, my first episode, he's like, I don't let the zodiac define who I am.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and I do know some people who are like, yeah, I'm this, and that means I'm this, this, and this. And I'm like, but you can be more than that.
You can be whatever you want.
Yeah, you can be more than that.
People have to realize that astrology and crystal and herbs and all these amazing things, being a psychic, they're just tools in order to help you shape yourself into the best person you could possibly be.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't look at my natal chart all the time and like obsess over it, like, you know, like some people do. I just don't think it's like needed.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
Yeah.
But it's nice, like, especially if you feel lost or stuck.
Yeah, if you do have,
times.
like, you need a little crutch to stand on or something.
Yeah, you just need that light shining at the end of the tunnel, some clarity. That's what I use them for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's what I've been realizing, too, like, all the stuff that we are learning about, they are just tools to just help you go back in and find yourself.
Oh, that's so important, doing inner work, and then that way, like, you can come out and blossom and just show everybody your knowledge and wisdom experience of all the work you've done in here. Because that outer world will just start to shift right in front of you.
Oh yeah,
so beautiful. I love solitude time, like taking that time for yourself.
And when we were doing our meditation earlier, like the breeze just passed by, and then after we were like, yes, the breeze. Oh my gosh, I had one other question and I lost it. No,
it's okay. It'll come.
5 minutes of this hour is of me going, no,
my foot,
my foot, it's sleeping. But hey, this is how a normal conversation goes for me.
Yeah, I mean, we're keeping it real.
Yeah, and that's what I really want to do. I just want to keep it as real as possible.
Yeah.
No edits, no like cuts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because that's like one thing I researched too. When I was researching like social media marketing, people are actually more inclined to just listen to like live streams because there's no edits. It's you right there, right now. You can't really hide anything on a live stream. Which is what I want to do, but like I like being in nature, and nature has no Wi-Fi connection, so I can't really do it all the time. But eventually, you know, the 5G is gonna come out, and then But wait, have you heard about that, by the way? They're like trying to tap into the universal airwaves or frequencies to try. I don't know.
Yeah, I just like stocked up on shungite, like shielding myself.
Oh, nice. I should probably do that. Actually, that's what Aaron gave me.
Really?
When I told him black, he's like, here's a shungite.
That's the best against protecting against radiation and electromagnetic frequencies.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Get shungite, you guys. It's coming. 5G.
5G, I know. You're going to need it for the 5G as well. I'm going to buy a big slab. But anything else on herbs that you want to touch on? Because you didn't really get to touch upon it.
Oh my gosh, my other favorite subject I would love to talk about 24/7.
Yeah.
No, it's just so amazing, and it's just like crystals and astrology. It's like learning another language, and just, I mean, because the terminology and just like what herbs go with what in order to create this potion. And that's where the name Astrological Alchemist came from, because I feel like herbalism is just like another form of like modernized alchemy. So when you create, you know, things with different herbs and it's used to like heal the body or speed up the body's natural healing process, it's pretty revolutionary. And I've created some things that have just completely changed my world.
Is that what you used when you started herbally grounding for your kidney? Just herbs, like just herbs?
Yeah, I did like some heavy duty kidney cleanses, and most of them were like berries. Like, yeah, most of them were berries, and so like juniper berries and stuff is like the best thing for your kidneys. Everybody thinks it's cranberries, which it is definitely good, but
juniper berries are the best.
Oh my gosh,
I've never tried juniper berries before.
Yeah, that like changed my life. And so I just how I kind of learned all about the different herbs is I would work, just like with crystals, I work with herbs for like a long period of time, and I'll focus on like an organ or a major system in the body, and I'll learn how it works and how it makes me feel based on what I put in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I went through the liver and the kidneys and the adrenals and thyroids and all of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really delved into using herbs at all, actually, but I want to. I want to start.
It's a lifestyle, and once you just dive into it, it's just so much fun because you feel like a scientist and you're just like experimenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw your username, it just reminded me of Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know if you know that anime.
Oh my gosh,
that's my favorite anime in the entire world.
I think it's everybody's favorite anime.
But yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard the term alchemy in such a long time. And I just feel like today not a lot of people really know what alchemy is. Maybe like other than that anime, but what alchemy truly is. But yeah, what is alchemy essentially?
Alchemy is like plant-based magic is like the best word to describe it. So it's like modernized alchemy is definitely what I practice, so like mixing herbs and using it to heal the body, but as everybody else knows it, like it's like a type of like necromancy almost. So it's like using magic by, you know, gathering certain things and putting them together
and then informing it into something else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what I first got introduced with alchemy, it was actually when I was in art school.
Oh, I didn't know you were in art school.
Yeah, I was an fine arts major and photographer.
Oh yeah,
years.
I knew about the photography part, but I didn't know about the art school part.
I took a totally different direction.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's what I'm going through right now. Like, people know me as the videographer and the photographer, but now I kind of want to go through like, I'm the speaker, like public speaker about spirituality and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm still working it out.
But you know, your past like you had to learn all of that to, you know, create, you know, this beautiful being you've become. So it's pretty amazing, because I noticed that even though I don't like paint anymore or I don't use my photography anymore, I use those skills on a daily basis. Yeah. And it's pretty amazing. It actually changed my perception of how I see the world. And that really opened up all the doors, you know, to spirituality for me.
And now you can create all this content because you have that skill set from earlier years.
Yeah, and art, I feel like, is a spiritual practice. I mean, a spiritual practice can be anything, from cooking to cleaning and traveling and art and video. Yeah. It's anything. It's so awesome.
Just anything that comes from the soul, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's true.
Anything that touches your soul.
Just got that download.
Yeah.
Just like flail my arms.
Pretty much. We're connecting. We have the tree here. We have the mountains here. Tree. It's perfect.
So where can we find you online? And in person, since we know where you work.
Yeah, everybody knows where I work.
Everyone knows where you work at this time.
Yeah. So you can come see me at Enchanted Forest. My username is Astrological Alchemist on Instagram. My website's going to be up, and when I get my website up, all of my classes are going to be available online.
Yay! So it'll be an easy, like, one-stop shop.
Yeah, so you don't have to come in person, you know, because sometimes being in a class, I love classroom settings, but I do love taking online classes. So I want to make it universal for everyone, you know.
Oh my God, you should start doing videos and then just sell those.
That'd be so cool.
That's like a business thing I learned.
Yeah, people love seeing your face.
Yeah,
So.
and even though you're not there in person, like a video and seeing the people. I mean, that's why I wanted to do video for this podcast, because it's more personable.
Yeah. I would love to start recording my classes. Maybe one day, ideas coming in. You know, I got a lot of projects to work on.
If people just always have a bunch of ideas, and like, I'm gonna write it down. And maybe you'll go to it one day.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list for sure.
Yeah, it's on that checklist of things I want to do, but I gotta prioritize my life.
I know. Gotta adult first.
Gotta pay the bills. Story of everyone's lives.
Yeah, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. So yeah, any last things? There's like 5 minutes left.
Man, I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. We talked about a lot of good stuff today.
I know. We got down
just down and dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally with all this dirt everywhere.
Around us, you know.
I always wonder if people are inclined to listen to the audio more or are inclined to watch the video more. I want to.
You should do a survey.
I want to.
What do you guys want?
What do you guys
audio,
want? More
video?
Yeah. Let me know in the comments, audio or video. Because, like, audio, you can't really leave any comments. Only in YouTube you can leave comments. This is me thinking out loud.
That's okay. We have ideas going.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully these ideas will help you with your ideas.
We hope that we inspired everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
We hope you learned a lot about astrology today and crystals and a little bit about herbs.
Yeah. You know what we should have talked about is motivation.
Oh, well,
that would have been like a good thing. Man, I don't know where to
the whole
start.
Will Smith.
No, I didn't.
The Will Smith arms, just like, take it away.
Oh, that's why I love you, Rosemary. Well, you know, for so long before I got into all of this, because when we talk about podcasts, we're talking about, like, you know, our success and how we come this far, but we don't talk about, like, where we start. And one thing I struggled with was motivation. And oh my gosh, and I can't even, like, tell you how I did it. It just kind of clicked overnight. It just, like, presented itself. So a lot of it is, like, patience. Patience is a virtue.
Yeah.
And just, you know, sometimes doing absolutely nothing is the best thing for you, because it gives you time to figure out, like, and ask yourself these questions, like, what do you want? What do you like?
Yeah.
First of all, and just try things you like. And then once you figure out something that just, like, turns that light bulb on and switch, that's when you take it and you run with it and you don't stop.
Oh, yeah.
So
I feel like that's how I was with this.
Yeah, you did. And God, I mean, now you're starting to, like, change people's lives and starting to bring that, you know, to them. That's pretty amazing.
I hope so.
Yeah, you
I
will.
hope I'm
Trust
changing
me.
people's lives.
You inspired me. So yeah.
You inspire me. We're just like, making weird noises. Sorry if anyone's listening to this and they're like, what the hell is going on?
Don't pretend you don't make weird noises too.
I know. I always make weird noises.
Same. It's a part of being human. It's fine.
Yeah. But no, I agree with that, because for the longest time, I found myself really, like, having a lack of motivation, a lack of self-motivation. But yeah, this just clicked. Like I was telling my friends earlier, this podcast idea came like a week before I actually started my podcast, or like 2 weeks before I actually started, and then from there I just was motivated to do more. And then it was just one of those things that clicked.
Because it's something you like, you know, it's something you love, and you hear the frogs.
Oh yeah, I do hear the frogs.
Oh
yeah, if you come here, there are frogs,
there
and
are
you
frogs
can hear them
in Vegas.
Yeah,
know.
In Vegas. There's actually a lot.
Really?
It's cool. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of. We'll check it out after.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see the frogs after. But yeah, I mean, I was scared to do it at first. I mean, I was really scared to be on a camera and just, you know, talk, because I never really talked about this on a camera before. Like, I talked to my friends about it, but it's because I know we're like relating, and we're like, oh, you're on a spiritual journey too. Me too. But just that fear of, you know, not being able to communicate effectively or ask questions effectively, like earlier.
But you will when you meet the right people, and the right people are going to watch this and engage, you know. So you're doing.
No,
good.
I have no worry now. Like,
Yeah.
but from
It's
that experience and of like me just doing it, like that's what I've learned so far. And I guess the whole point of that is just, if you're scared about something but you think you'll like it, just do it.
Yeah, like who cares what anybody else thinks,
Yeah.
really? Like, you know, the only person that matters is like what you think. And that's the only person that's going to hold you back.
And there's endless opportunities out there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Don't let your creativity stifle you.
Yeah.
Or don't let the world stifle your creativity. That's what I meant.
Yeah. I like that. I'm going to steal that.
All right. We're going to end it there. That was a good note to end on.
God, that was. Look at us.
Yeah. Make sure to follow her on her Instagram and find her at Enchanted Forest.
Yeah.
Yay.
Come talk to me. I
Yeah,
love
come
talking,
talk to her.
so.
She's awesome.
Oh, you're awesome.
We're all awesome, honestly. All right. Until next time.
Well, thank you.
Yay, thank you.
Oh.
This is what I do now. The whole.
I'll do it with you.
Yay. Thank you for watching and / listening. And I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.